And so the idea of parents helping their kids when they're younger, still at home, understand financial basics and start to create some good habits around what they do with their money is really kind of the foundational piece for everything, because then again, it sets those kids up to have some money to then do something with, to try and invest that or trade with it to make it grow and work for them sort of as they go throughout life. If they had a kid that was interested in learning more about this, how might they approach learning it together?
Yeah, so I think it's really important for parents and kids to execute these trades together and say, okay, we're going to pick a company that we're going to invest in together and kind of explain why are we picking this company. And they can sit down together and say, all right, we're going to buy these handful of stocks and we're going to revisit it maybe every quarter, every 6 months, every year. And we're going to look at what worked and what didn't, sell the winners, reinvest that money in new opportunities, new stocks that are at low prices, and start that cycle with them so that they can get used to this process. Because it's such an intimidating process for people because they think of it as this Wall Street, really heady, crazy. I'm not qualified for that. Those people are so much better than me. It's not like that at all. It's really just doing some research, finding the good companies, finding the good opportunities, and letting them work. And so when the parents and the kids can experience that together, I think that's really helpful.
Well, and so do you think it's a skill set on a basic level that is beneficial for most people, do you think?
Oh, I think every single person in America needs to learn the basics of investing, and not just because that's what I do, but if you don't learn this stuff, you're going to get left behind. The system does not work for you. The investment companies give you decent returns to kind of keep you happy. And like we said, that's better than nothing. But if you want to get ahead in life, you have to have the skill. There's no question about it. The fact that almost everybody has a 401k, almost everybody has an IRA, you have to learn to understand this stuff, or the system's just going to give you those little crumbs to keep you happy.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to come back around to that in a second when we talk about Bison. But before we talk about what you're doing at Bison and how that works and how that might be of benefit to people that are interested, let's talk about why you think that this more active approach to trading is something that is of particular interest to young adults. I think in particular young men we talked a little bit about before, but just young adults in general. What are you seeing that makes you think that?
Yeah, so I read a Wall Street Journal article. It actually came across my Twitter feed again yesterday, which was ironic because we were going to have this conversation. But it said that there is a 77% increase in teen traders, and that Gen Z is investing 6 years earlier than millennials, and they have a much higher risk tolerance. So this is a group that's been exposed to crypto, and not just Bitcoin and Ethereum, but some of the crazy coins that can do 100% up and down in a day. Their risk tolerance is so significant compared to the older generations. And so there's a little bit of a gap there, a little bit of a rub there when a parent might think, hey, let's buy Apple, let's buy the S&P, and the kid wants to put it in some crazy meme coin and lose it all. But let's try and give the kid access to maybe some high volatility stocks where we're being smart about that, but we're not being as conservative as the adult generation. But I think the root cause of some of this stuff is it's primarily men that get into trading. Obviously, trading is agnostic to whoever you are. Anybody can trade. That's what's cool about it. But primarily young men are getting into this. And I think it's because they're not sure about their financial future. They see the system doesn't really work for them. And they see the upside. They see that instead of giving somebody else control over this part of their life, they want to have control over that, and they want to make these decisions on their own behalf.